Okay, good evening. Welcome to Dream Lakes, a very wet and dark Dream Lakes. A lot darker than it looks on here. The reason it's so bright is I was given an Army Trek head torch to try out, but it also works really well on a tripod now, so that's what I'm using to light me up. But it's also a head torch. I was given it in January, asked to use it in my vlogs, and yeah, I've not done any carp vlogs, or the couple I did do, I didn't catch anything in the night, so never wore it. And yeah, so here I am using it on this occasion. I will put a link to their website up there, and I'll put a code down here. There's a code Angler15. If you quote that code, if you're interested in any of their items, you'll get 15% off. But anyway, enough advertising. So yeah, you find me on Dream Lakes. It's a Serious Carp Socials. It's their 4th year on here. They take over the whole complex, and I think there's 51 people or 50 people fishing. Yeah, I'm on Moronis, which is drive and survive. The only rule on this lake is maximum of 4 rods. Anything else, it's up to you what you do. I've actually only got 3 rods out at the moment, but I may put a 4th rod out tomorrow when I'm a bit more with it. Also, my first experience of using a boat. Got a little Fox 200X, I think it's called, which is a 2-metre boat, 1-person boat, I think it is, although 2 of us went out earlier in it. But yeah, it's just something different. And earlier on, although I got the bait boat with me, you couldn't have put the bait boat out because the wind was too choppy. So yeah, I've gone out in the boat, found a couple of spots right over on the far margin, sort of 280 yards I think it is, and one of them's about 6 foot off the margin, and I've got a little H block out there so as I can get back to the same spot every time. And the other one is just off an overhanging silver birch, and again you've got a 6 foot, both spots you've got a 6 foot like dip where around it is 5 foot, so I'm hoping they're feeding spots, and that's why you got a dip there. So that's 2 of my rods, and then the 3rd one I've just put out with a bait boat this afternoon when the wind and rain calmed down a bit, and that's on a little shelf, goes up from 2 meters to 1.9. So yeah, I've just gone on top of a shelf. Like I say, I've just had my dinner, nice well, I say a nice chicken stir fry, bit juicier than it should be because the heavens opened whilst I was cooking it. So I just went and sat in the bivvy, left it cooking with the rain pouring, and even after I'd ate it, put the dishes or put the frying pan and plate outside, and it was still pouring with rain, which certainly made cleaning the stuff a lot easier when it stopped. But as I say, I'm going to wrap it up now. Hopefully at some point over the next couple of days. I'm not expecting to catch until, well, I said to my wife, if I can catch one by Monday, I'll be happy. When she saw the size of the lake, she said, oh, you're going to be blanking. Hopefully she's wrong. But yeah, that's it for now. Obviously, if I have a fish, or one of us along on the bank has a fish, or a carp, I'll put the camera on and run down and see them. So yeah, I'll do a bit more tomorrow. I'll talk about rigs and what I'm doing. But as I say, I'm going to have an early night now. So, see you tomorrow. Well, good morning and welcome back. So, yeah, I'm feeling all refreshed. Good night's sleep, nice breakfast, and yeah, ready for the day's fishing. What could I say? Last night, rain of biblical proportions. I've literally just been down and let all the water out of the boat that had gone in there. Quite a lot of water in the boat. Luckily, there's a little drain plug at the back, so you just pull it out of the water and let it drain out. So the boat's empty, ready to be used again today. Oh, bleep on the middle rod. which is close in because there's been a change of locations for 2 rods, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. So what's happened in the night, when I've got up this morning, I've looked on the Serious Carp Socials Facebook page, and Tremaine's put up a post. There's been a few fish out of the other lakes, but predominantly this blog is going to be about Moronis. So whilst I will update you what's going on, it's about fish on this lake. Surprising, there has been some fish out. I haven't got the photos yet, but when I do, I'll slip them in. Gavin, which is down in, I think I'm in Peg 11, he's in 17, I think it is. He had 2 in the early hours this morning, both over 50, I think 55 the biggest. And Paul the bailiff has moved in 2 swims down from me in 13, maybe 3 swims down, he might be in 14, either 13 or 14. And he had one I've just been down and photographed for him, £49, beautiful chestnut coloured mirror, which as I say will be popping up now, the image of that. So yeah, there's me saying I expect to wait till Monday for a bite. Well, hopefully not now, because there's been a couple of fish out. I've had a change of tactics. The 1 rod out on the marker is still out there. I need find no reason to move it. I've not had any bleeps. There's a lot of bait out there. So confident that it's fishing. I'm just going to leave that until tomorrow. Then the middle rod that was also out there, I pulled that one back, and I'm fishing really English style now with my middle rod and left hand rod. So I put the bait boat out, found a spot just past a big weed bed, and yeah, I'm fishing 2 rods just beyond reed beds, probably only, I don't know, 30 yards out maybe. So nice little flick out really. So that's what those rods are going to be doing today. I don't think there's a lot else to say on this lake, but hopefully I'm turning the camera on later today with a fish. That would be good. See you in a bit. Okay, welcome back. Let's update you as the days progressed. There's been no further fish out to any of the others. I did get it wrong in this morning's one. I said Gavin had 2 50s. It isn't. Gavin had a 55, and I think it's Adam, the chap who's fishing with him. He had a 58, so that just puts the scores right for earlier this morning, really. What else has happened today? Yeah, I've moved 1 rod. So, oh no, I haven't moved a rod. I've put a 4th rod out, and I've put it out in the peg, or the swim, just along from me, so swim 12. What I did, I put the marker rod out, pulled it back to a weed bed, then just came beyond the weed bed, and then if you pull it, you just glide along the bottom. It's absolutely like glass, the bottom there, obviously where fish have been feeding. So what I did, I put just put the bait boat out. I actually put it out, I thought I'd fish English style, even though I've been told if you put boilies out the cats will come in. I've just put a small 15mm manila wafter along with 2 kilos of creamy, I can't remember what they were, cranberry cream I think they were. I had a couple of kilos in the freezer, so I'll bring them, put them here. Surely the cats won't get on creamy baits, creamy fruity baits. So that's what I did, put the boat out with the last of those boilies around it, and 2 hours later I had a screaming run, and when I got down there, small cat, 25, somewhere between 25 and 30 pound I'd estimate it at. Didn't need to weigh it, just did a photograph of it in the unhooking mat really and slipped it back, because I'm not here for cats, and I don't really like cats, you know. I've caught cats in years gone by, I've no desire to catch anymore. So yeah, with that, brought the rod back, put the same, the manila wafter out on the same rig, which was the, I guess it's a blowback rig. Yeah, it's a blowback rig, definitely. D-rig, blowback rig. So I put that back out there. Obviously I didn't have any more boilies to put out there, so just put a bit of hemp and maize out with that boilie over the top. Came back, thought I'd have a early dinner, so got the barbecue going, and yeah, probably cooked more food than I needed to cook. But literally, as I put the food onto my plate, that rod went again. So legged it over there, lifted into it, straight away you know you're into a big cat. It was stripping line off. As it's gone out in the middle, it's now going through a weed bed. I can feel the weed bed grinding on the line. I must have had that fish on for 20 minutes, and to be honest, all I was thinking about is, damn, my dinner's getting cold. And then in the end, the line parted on the weed, where the weed bed had, worn away the line. And yeah, brought that back in, came back, sat down, had my dinner. Other than that, yeah, that's it. Hopefully, I'm turning this back on for a carp at some point in the next 10 or 12 hours. If not, I'll be turning it on after I've had my breakfast with another update, but hopefully not. Hopefully see you with a fish soon. Well, good morning. Welcome back to a very windy Moronis. Since obviously I didn't turn the video on in the night, so there were no carp for me. 2 o'clock this morning, I had another screaming take on my fourth rod in that next swim down, and another big cat, and eventually just cut the line where it's gone through another weed bed. So that's not good. I don't want to catch cats anyway, but it's not good that 2 of them now are swimming around with my hook link and a length of line in their mouth. So hopefully somebody who comes catfishing for the appropriate gear for the cats catches them soon and gets my hooks out of them. But yeah, that's all that's happened for me last night. Spoke to Paul down in 3 down from me. He had a cat last night and got cut off as well, so not good for him. And then Adam and Gavin, I've just seen Gavin, he had 2 last night, 37 and 42 I think it was, he said, but nothing for Adam. Certainly Gavin's got a spot going. It's slightly shallower down there, and I don't know if that's what's doing it. Again, the wind's turned and now the wind's hacking back down there. Last night the wind was full on in here, and this morning it was pouring with rain. Ended up having to even shut the bivvy door at one point because the rain was hacking in there. So that's where we are. Plans for today: editing the vlog. That's a good thing. I brought the MacBook out with me so I can sit here and do some of that. So at least when I get round to doing it, whenever it is, Monday next week, I'll probably get a chance to do it. I'm not going through 6 days worth of footage to try and sort something out. But yeah, anyway, that's it for now, because I don't want to fill this video up with talk and no fish. So hopefully turning the video on with a fish for myself or someone along this bank anyway. See you then. Okay, welcome back. So just going to wrap the vlog up a little bit earlier today. It's been a bit of a frustrating day really, almost impossible to fish. The wind has been unbelievable. It's been hacking down here. You definitely couldn't put a bait boat out. You couldn't cast. If you tried to cast, you had a great big bow all round there. I did go out in my boat to move the one that I had over the back over there to a new spot. I've moved the fourth rod now. It's behind me rather than in the next swim, just in case if I get a run and it's, hopefully it's a carp, but if it's one of them big cats, rather than I'm struggling on the bank down there, I'm here and I can jump in the boat. Hence why I'm all ready and prepared, keeping my jacket on today, so I can jump in the boat with the rod and go out there and try and get them in, or the carp if it's a carp. Fish wise, there's been a couple more out. Tremaine and Simon up on that far bank over there on the back of the wind. Tremaine's had a 30-pound mirror, really nice looking fish, and Simon's had a £50 common today. Tremaine was saying he's also had 3 cats. So yeah, that's it. Now it's time to put the kettle on, have a piece of cake that the wife baked me, nice coconut and cherry cake, and I'd forgotten it was in the van. I was just messing around the van, saw it there. Coffee and cakes, order of the day, and then a nice carp after that. So yeah, see you soon. Okay, well, good morning. It's actually afternoon, just gone 12. Good afternoon. Bit of a late update for me today, but without any further ado, let's go and look at some action first from earlier this morning. Sadly not me, but Gavin down in peg 17. So let's stick that in now. You can watch some of this.
Oh no, just under 50. 50 settled.
49, isn't it? 49 something.
It's more than 49, 3/4, 49, 12. 49, 12 with swing.
Come on, mate.
Look out way.
Well, I was.
So there you go, as you've just seen, nice, I think a 44 and 49, 12 or 14, almost a 50. So yeah, I'm not normally a lover of commons because living in Essex, every lake has commons, but that common was very nice indeed, beautiful looking fish, I like that. So yeah, so what happened to me? We had, yesterday, wind-wise, it was actually in the afternoon, the wind was hacking so bad, you couldn't actually get your rods out. We're not with a bait boat, didn't even want to go out in the boat because you'd have such a big bow in your line where the wind was taking it. So I was sitting here at one point with the one rod out that I'd left long because it hadn't been moved, and I thought, mate, this is stupid, at least let's have a pub chuck with a couple of rods. I've got solid bags made up from when I'm fishing in England. Everyone says pellets and boilies kiss of death on here. So yeah, I just pub chucked 2 rods out, probably 30, 40 yards out on solid bags. And yeah, they're right. 30 minutes later, I'm into a catfish. And screaming off, I had the life jacket, everything on, ready to get into the boat. And I've been playing it, I don't know how long, but by now it's 3/4 of the way over, and I just thought, you know what, let's get in the boat and start chasing it. As I leant down to untie the boat, went slack, wound in, hook had snapped. Don't think I've ever had a hook snap in my life. On the plus side, I've got everything back, so because I've lost a bit of gear this trip, definitely. I've had a total rethink today. After, at the end of the day, you've had, Paul had a small one last night. He said mid-20. So as I said to him, I'll take that now, and I'd weigh it. But yeah, if I take the lake as it's gone on, so you've had Gavin now has had 6 all to tiger nuts. Adam's had 1 tiger nut. Paul's had 2, both on tiger nut. James had 1. Simon's had 1. Tremaine's had to, oh yeah, he had a 20 pounder this morning as well. Everyone's had them on tiger nuts. Everyone's fishing over tiger nuts, hemp and maize. So just made up 3 new rigs, all ready to go with tiger nuts on. One with a little bit of corn on top, plastic corn, so they're made up. I've also made a new leader up for the rod that I had to cut off this morning, and they've gone a bit longer where I don't really want the cats, but the couple where I've been cut off, I've only been using 1/2 metre leaders, so I've made up, it's just over a metre leader this morning, and that's all ready to go out on the rod if or when this wind calms down. It was meant to be a lot calmer today, but it's not been. So yeah, that's ready to go out, and that's the plan really. Yeah, that's it for now. So on the plus side, I shall be having the barbecue again, and the food in that igloo box. It's not still frozen, but it's ice cold, so I'll be good for me barbecue tomorrow as well. So yeah, barbecue 4 days running. Don't think I've ever done that in my life before. Anyway, enough waffle. Hopefully turning this on later on with another fish. If not, I'll probably leave it till the morning before I turn it on again, because there'll be nothing to tell you. So yeah, see you in a bit. Well, good morning and welcome back to a freezing Moronis. Yeah, what can I say? No fish obviously, because I didn't turn the camera on. Yes, morning started off quite bright. The sun was breaking through, then it went really cloudy. The sun's just trying to break through again. So anyway, last night, back to the fishing. I feel like I wasn't far away last night. The right hand rod, which is the one I moved from over the back, and then I found a spot basically out towards the house on the island, and where the Moronis live apparently. Some massive liners on there. One great big drop back, which I thought was a fish, but there was nothing there. Put it back on the spot, and mate, the tips was like watching me quiver tip when I'm on the river. And knocking and banging, and a hanger up, down. But yeah, nothing actually turned into a bite. But I feel like that's the closest I've been to fish since I've been here. Because, as I say, I sat out till 10 o'clock last night, didn't see anything, and as I say, I was up at 5:30 this morning and haven't seen anything. So, yeah, not a lot really to update you on. As I say, no one else has had anything along here. So, plan for today, I'm going to bring one rod just under my rod tips for the last 48 hours. It's 4 foot deep just in front of my rod tips. I've moved my rods down actually, I don't know if you can see it. I've got fed up with them up high and up in the air. That's not how I fish at home. So I've moved them down low. And yeah, just under the rod tips, there's a little bit of weed, but some clear bits. So I'm going to clear a bit with my weed rake, and I'm just going to fish a handful of tigers down there and hope that something comes along at some point in the next 48 hours close in, and I can at least get a carp. You know, at least we stop the cat runs by taking the boilies off. And again, I want to put a bed of boilies out there, but you just can't because of the cats. I'm sure the carp would come if there weren't all the cats in here that's going to get there first. But yeah, that's it really for this morning. I've just had a nice breakfast, my last bowl of fruit and yoghurt. So back to the staple standard tin of rice pudding for breakfast for the last 2 days. So yeah, but yeah, otherwise that's it really. I'm not going to waffle. Let's just turn this back on with a fish later on. So see you then. Okay, welcome back. So yeah, just a little update. It's yeah, I've just been up and had a shower, freshened up, change of clothes. First time this week. Probably not good, but anyway, yeah, feel good now. Had a change of clothes, so about to get the rods back out. But I missed something out this morning. Simon had a 40 pounder yesterday afternoon. And I just spoke to T. I'm not sure what Simon's had, but he said he's had a couple more. So when I find out and get the pictures, I'll insert them in here and update you with what he's had. Obviously I've got a picture of the 40, I'll put that in as I've been speaking now. Plans for me now is just get the rods, 3 of them back on their same spots, and one I'm just going to fish. I think I said this morning, I've just waded out a rod length out. Well, I haven't even waded that far out because I'm knee high to a grasshopper and I would be under the water. It's, well, not under the water, but my waders would be. It's 4.5 foot deep, probably a rod and a half length out in front of me. So I've put the weed rake out in case there's any reed. I've cleared all that. I can feel the gravel there, turn the gravel over. You know, hopefully fish they're very inquisitive, aren't they, carp? And all that turning things over hopefully is sending off some scents in the water. And it's just a hunch, you know. As I say, we've not seen anything on this, certainly down this arm of the lake anyway. If I saw a fish to cast out or boat out to, I would do. I've not seen anything. So let's just try and see if they're coming in the margins at night and hopefully nick one from there. Okay, that's it. See you in the morning for an update. Well, good morning. Another quiet night for me. But without any further chatting, I'm going to head on down to Gavin, see what he's got in the sling, because he's got another one waiting. Let's get down there. All right, Adam. Good, mate. I see another lump. All right. You got another one. So you got 2 now. That's 10, isn't it? 9. Like for me, that's better than the common. I just love mirrors. I know the common was bigger, but for me, that's an amazing fish, that one. Nice one.
It's tidy, that could be. It looks tidy. It looks like a 20, it's like 15 pounder. That's what the phone doing.
Okay, welcome back. So yeah, a couple of nice fish there for Gavin again, 49 and 35. Funny thing is he's disappointed with the 35. I'd take it 10 times over, but yeah, they're definitely down in that bay where he's fishing out beyond the island. They're just in the middle where he's found that spot, and he's had 9 fish now. So he's hoping his 10th one will be the 60. So let's see. It's Big Fish Thursday, if you believe in all that stuff. But yeah, so for me, slight change, 1 rod. 3 rods are still on their spots where they've been. You know, you might be watching and think, well, why aren't you moving spots? You're not catching there. I have had knocks and bleeps, lifts, liners, and I've not seen anything anywhere to make me pick another spot. So rather than piles of bait all over the place, stick on those spots. The one change has been the rod that I was going to fish it, or I did fish in the margin last night. I've gone back out in the boat this morning out to the far bank. Fortunate because, as I've said, this is my first experience with going out in boats. I am a novice is an understatement. But it was like a mill pond this morning, so I went over there, not the area where I was fishing early with all the lines in it, went round basically the end to the corners and used one of my landing net poles. But even that, it's really deep. You know, you've only got to be a couple of rod lengths out and the 6-foot pole's not hitting the bottom. Got a bit closer into the snags and just under 6 foot deep there. Found a bit where there's not any branches or anything that I could feel anyway. So came back out and yeah, the 4th attempt I got my rig on the spot and back and everything. So yeah, another schoolboy error. The first one didn't have a heavy enough lead, so I got it out there, but it could feel the lead moving when I was coming back in. I think the second one, I could tell it had dropped into a snag. Third one, what did I do on the third one? Oh yeah, no, so the one that dropped in the snag, I went back out, got it out of the snag, but the lead had come off. Schoolboy error again, no spare leads for me. Remember to take scissors, no leads, so another lesson learned. So yeah, I got out in the end, and like I say, what I've also done, did find my barbel leads in my van, and I always have a big lot of plasticine in there, so I've moulded some plasticine around that lead as well. Probably weighs about 8 ounces at the moment. The good thing with that, it's a thing on the river, it gives you the extra weight to hold bottom, and if you do go in a snag, normally it's the lead that snags, where the plasticine comes off and the lead flings free, so you're still in contact with the fish. So yeah, that's what's out there now, and a few handfuls of tigers, bit of hemper maize, not a lot of bait, and all the rods are staying where they are now. It's 10 to 1. This time tomorrow I'll be loading the van up, because I'll be off 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, so it's last chance saloon for me. I'm still confident though, even though I've been blanking a week. I'm still confident I'm going to catch. Who knows, I might be turning this on tomorrow saying I didn't catch, or I might be turning it on in a few hours with an absolutely huge fish in my arms. Hopefully it's that one, but if not, it will be the other. So yeah, speak to you in a bit. Well, good morning guys. Repeat of yesterday. Nothing for me, nothing next door for Paul, but we'll go down and see Gavin, because there's 2 in slings. See you down there. This one's lively. Another nice one.
Perfect for first lot. Back a bit with it. Go back a bit, guys.
Lovely. That's lovely, mate.
Nice, mate. Yours is
It's a mouth thing.
Right, get it down. Do that side.
Right, let's wrap this up then. So thankfully Gavin got us out of trouble again with a, it was a 51 and a 35.8 or 38.8, can't remember which one it was. So yeah, it would have been a boring flog without Gavin down there. That spot he found producing 11 fish and some really good ones as well. So yeah, I don't know what else to say on this vlog. Oh, I missed a couple out. I missed out Adam, who's fishing next to Gavin. He did have a second fish earlier in the week, a 44 common, so I'll put that one up now. I think the guy Simon had another 40 last night. Tremaine had a 35 this morning as well. So overall we've had, well, 17 was definitely the swim to be in. 13 fish out of there, 11 to Gavin and 2 to Adam. Yeah, 2 next door for Paul, well, 3 pegs, 3 swims down. Nothing for me, so that's 13, 15. 1 for Jake, I didn't have his photo earlier, so I'll stick that in now. I think that was 42 or 44. Maybe 5 for Simon and 3 for Tremaine. So let's make that 4 fish for Tremaine. A few hours after I'd left the lakes, he had a screaming run from a rod he'd put further down into the bay, and well deserved £69.10 common. If anyone deserved that fish, it's got to be him, for all the organisation and everything he does for all these events. So yeah, well done, mate. So yeah, the lake didn't fish well, and predominantly they are held up in that back bay, which I've just found out today that's where they were last week as well. And Jake's staying on for another week, so he's already moved some of his gear down there. When Gavin and Adam pull off tomorrow morning, he's straight in there hoping that they stay there. So yeah, that's it really. It's well, I was going to say the van's packed. It's pretty much packed. All the big stuff's down. Rods are still out. If you've watched my barbel vlogs, you will know at this point I always say, if anything happens, I'll turn the camera back on and slip it in here, which invariably when I'm barbel fishing it does happen. But if I'm honest, I'm not expecting anything to happen. But yeah, it's 12:30 now. I'm going to get away for a sort of 3:30. And yeah, I've enjoyed my week here. A weird one, not often when I blank I enjoy it, but I have enjoyed the week. I've enjoyed using the boat. Played around with the bait boat a lot as well this week, so learning the echo sounder and everything on it, that's been good. So yeah, not a lot else I can say. If you're thinking of coming out here but you're on your own, never done it, maybe got on the older Serious Carp Socials, because they do it every year out here. But for me, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber and you want to get notifications of my videos as and when they go on, there'll be a little link down there saying subscribe. Click on that and then you'll get notifications. Thanks for watching. Sorry I couldn't produce any fish, but that's fishing for you. See you in the next vlog.